I'm Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, and we have another guest.
Hello, I'm Michelle.
I've known her since before she was born.
It's true.
It is true, and I feel old. But yes, our families have known each other for a very long time. I'm best friends with her big sister. She's best friends with my sister. We're all best friends. And today I'm going to be styling her vintage.
So I'm going to be even older, I guess.
Well, you've always had an old soul, so it just goes with that.
Yeah.
All right. You've brought some clothes from your wardrobe.
I did.
This is an example of how easy it can be to integrate a modern wardrobe. This is a modern top. Honestly, the easiest combination, a skirt and a blouse, like that. It's super easy to do. Another thing I would say, and this probably is going to sound weird, but the easiest way to make an outfit look vintage is your hair. Vintage looking hair with a little bit of like classical looking makeup can really make a big difference, especially with dresses. Because you can take any modern dress and then do your hair and makeup. And of course, accessories do help. Maybe a belt, a clutch that would go with it, and maybe some cheese straps. I would do
Cheese straps?
like
Swiss cheese straps, Colby.
I have, they're kind of like the sandal ones because it's kind of like a summer dress. So I do like a sandal T-strap with like a basket purse because I love basket purses. That is one vintage style I'll always love. I even have a box purse, which is literally a wooden box because that's a vintage item that I love.
Plus, it's easier to take your lunch to a picnic.
Well, that and it's a good weapon.
Ooh, amen. Stay off.
Self-defense 101 with Brittany. Just have a vintage box purse. You're welcome.
Just a little extra tip.
Yeah, just a little extra. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the clothes, the modern clothes that she brought, and form an outfit, and then I'm going to do her hair and makeup. This is a perfect example of just taking a skirt with a blouse over it. Cardigans are super easy to style vintage.
They're warm for the winter.
That's the great thing about sweaters like these, because then you can easily layer up or layer down depending on the season. I would say this is definitely like 60s. You could go for like a schoolgirl or office.
Just give me some books and degree.
Yeah. Alright, this is the full look with the hair and makeup. If you want to do a twirl. I'm obviously not a hair guru or a makeup guru. But this is usually my go-to makeup look, personally.
Just something simple. And
Yeah. Something simple, it's quick and easy. So, that took, for everything, doing the outfit and the hair and makeup took 25 minutes, according to the record.
With lots of laughs in between.
Yeah, that's true. She kept making comments while I'm doing her makeup, making me laugh, and I'm like, if I ruin your makeup, it's your fault. Or at least I was thinking it.
So, but you know, what's a girl makeup time without laughs? So,
True. It'd be boring.
indeed. Giggle breaks, always have them.
It's super easy to pair.
Just gotta put a little effort into it.
Just a little effort. I also would say Pinterest and looking up actual Snapchats. Yeah, look at vintage Snapchats from 1940 before it was even invented.
Indeed.
You know, like those pictures where you can see like of girls like on the street, the actual street fashion that they would wear every day versus the magazines, I don't really trust the pictures from magazines because I'll look at, like, say, modern day, and I wouldn't say that they accurately depict what we wear today. So that's why I never pay attention to those. But yeah, the street fashions of what they actually wore are a really good starting point, and it's really easy. You know, you could take any modern dress and you just put a vintage hairdo with it, and it's instantly vintage. I do that all the time. You can find really great vintage reproductions like on Amazon, and they are reasonably priced, but vintage reproduction items usually cost more because they base it off of vintage patterns. So they obviously will charge more for that. But thrift stores, really, you can find easily. I got this skirt at a thrift store. So all in all, this outfit costs maybe $25 with the cost of the sweater. So, I mean, it's... Oh, I forgot the brooch. So maybe like 30.
Oh, yeah. And brooches you can find pretty much anywhere, too.
Yes. This one is actually a vintage brooch that I found at a vintage market. Another tip I would give you if you're, like, in a thrift store and you don't... If you're like me and you don't like trying on a bunch of clothes just to have them not fit properly, because it's a thrift store and you never know what's shrunk and what's not and all that stuff, especially if it's from a different... Like, if it's from the 90s, the sizing charts were different then. So the best tip I can give you is to take, say, a skirt, you put it where your belly button is, and if it reaches to your backbone, it will fit perfectly. If it's smaller than that, it won't fit perfectly, and if it's longer than that, it'll be too big. So that is a really good way to kind of size it up. I'll do that with dresses as well. So it's just, it gives you a really quick, easy way to see if it'll fit and if it's worth your time even bringing it into the trying on room? Fitting room. Same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool, like, hair tutorials you can find on YouTube of, like, vintage hair that I love to use as a resource. Because I can talk. Okay.
We all can.
So yeah, I hope that this helped you in some way. I know you've been asking different questions. I didn't do a wet set with you, but
you have before. I have given me pin curls.
Yeah. So, but your hair, since it's so naturally curly, it's kind of easy to just fudge it.
Yeah. This is kind of my way of being vintage without no effort. Just wet my hair and call it good.
Yeah, literally all you'd have to do is just curl your hair, have a deep side part, and then tuck one side behind your ear, and it's a hairdo. Like, it's literally easy. That's why half the time that's what I do, because all I have to do is brush out my wet set, and then it's like that, and it's just perfect.
Fabulous.
As long as you set it in the right pattern. So, well, not even then, because sometimes you can just curl it randomly, and it works. I think it's that easy. I'm not picky. I don't like...
Not perfectionist.
No. You know, like how you see, like, those pinup models where it's, like, those huge victory rolls and stuff? And I'm like, it looks cool. But I'm personally not the kind of person who needs that volume or it to be perfect, because I'm like, I'm going to be going outside. The wind is going to be ruining my hair. I want it to be easy to fix. It doesn't need to be perfect, and every hair doesn't always need to be in place.
Yeah.
That's my motto. Why stress?
And sometimes you gotta be to work in like 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to be out the door now, otherwise I'm gonna be late. So, and that's more important, being on time for work. So, but yeah. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions about anything. Are you mimicking me?
Okay, that last one I wasn't, actually. I just...
We just automatically did the same thing.
It's beautiful, though.
It's so... If you can't tell, we'd spend a lot of time together.
Just a little too much, but you know, there's never too much.
No.
But yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
That time you did it on purpose, didn't you?
That time-ish. I totally wasn't planning that, though. I'm just like, oh, maybe like... We're going back in time to space.
That looked like the beginning of Lion King.
Oh. No.